Okay. Aí. Wangi tele DYFA, wabagari. Radio ya namen lu sumu go to duhi. Wicunho, itale wakume sera. Wadang me ya, ubo. Anahaya, awahaya. Mamada, anahaya, luma talemar. Wipio chamar.
Buitukuyo aidai. Buitukuyo namulen. Buitukuyo honsu agamba hati. Buitukuyo.
Aí. Wipio jen. Aí jen wa maya wina. It's about muso volume jen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say good night. Good night. Thanks for joining this live here on 91.7 FM. You know, we started different today, but we started different for a reason, you know, and we're here just to, once again, to ensure that the work of the people and the voice of the people is sounded loud, Chalmar. Right. You see now, we can find this thing at the time now. I'm trying. But Chalmar, let's go ahead, man. How was the weekend?
Ibiru, well, it was sad because, as everybody know, we buried my uncle, Uncle Austin, Saturday, and then my dad's and Uncle Austin's cousin-in-law, Mr. Simeon Joseph, and sadly Stacy, Mrs. Zita Francisco's daughter. And a more rough weekend, but you know, with all that, God is in control. And God is good all the time. So we continue to pray for the family members as well, that God will strengthen them and comfort them during this time, during their time of bereavement. So, Boo Johanna Soada.
Yeah. Well, Sarah lose so fair, the Bishop Bay or Oweni, Ahari. So, I want to say, you know, rest in peace to all those Arsenal Rodriguez, Legia, Dubai, Gararo, yeah, Dangriga, and he Mando Balestero,
yeah.
So, he would have more leg with de la semana le pero way look at leader again, way back one leader again, you know. So we got. I want to formally introduce our guest for tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. He is a well-known Garífuna Honduran brother that has traveled the world, and I just ran into him. He watched our show all the time, Charlie Marr. He's inclined with the DYFA Garífuna radio station. He's always in tune, and I'm always, you know, following his progress, you know. So I want to introduce him tonight to the Belizean public, and he has a beautiful voice. He has a world voice, Garífuna Nile. So, and he is no other than Jerdin Lucas.
Where to go, Jerdin? Where to go?
I get banned on it, yeah. Or English, either way. You know.
Okay. We to go on Sudway, I go. Jerdin Lucas Nile. Honduran Lugia, I don't want to laugh or not. And Honduran Lugia. Lagana Abu Yabuti, Sermenabu, and Sermeg home Sumwanigo, Belice, Garífuna, Godimana, Nigaravana, Sunbogi, Abamemogi. You know, we arrived to Honduras in the same boat.
Correct.
We represent, we are the same. Okay?
All right.
Ceremony also, we are Babu. No chance in the ceremony.
Well, he gonna open up the show. Okay? We will hear his voice before we go into our topic for tonight. And the artist has to really take care of themselves, you know, and no other than Jervin to open the show up tonight. Come along, Jervin. Wow! Wow, Chama German, boy! Semeti Abalere, boy.
Be wood. Haita wagi de lana wile log finon and do.
If you know what we do here, you ready? Yeah. Why? We got a treat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Got a treat. Jeremy, that song real good. I mean, the voice, everything. And men, Talamar, Jen, ladies and gentlemen, we have live in studios tonight. We got a treat tonight. You know, you can't get it no better than that. You cannot get it no better than that. All right, Talamar, what do you think?
Ibir wo. Garífuna do to Barogon. Dangriga. Here we have ye tagambo hono bear Sereme geti homugri ha do uwer numa fino ne dohe. No hagalu da hanua. How we bear to talk weto. Indura gen, barrio gen, nabuga gen. Owe buseme home.
All right. Jeremy, so God, by you one, God, what do we have?
Okay.
What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Well, what do we have? Boa kumusro, luba lili, luba widi, hulilit.
Okay.
All right. Again, German, halegi, lobagi, indura biari.
Yeah. Okay. Undura now. Luma ge sangara ya binebi. Wala fela subani sangara ya.
Sangalaya lagi wagamu lomage, bidu hele yati yetu kogo, logo Wanarawa. He came with the Wanarawa project. He's from Sangalaya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from the same place. Yengi webi sungo labu. And yena si yena good Yehovah. Have a good river. And roommate in Yengi Garífuna. Okay. Jag talido buflasule. Garífuna do me hobo. Mama Spanish.
Much mom.
Roommate Garífuna. Garífuna do me have irahinyu. Garífuna do me have any good Garífuna do me have a good home. The yellow baby. I don't have a Garífuna. Nunca talking na nunca should be Garífuna name. I suddenly tricate bile wearing money and la road hobelang only good at home yang. Mosu hatu rehaira in Garífuna. And the lane Sarabu Irohin, which are the Rema to make it in Garífuna. Okay? So, yeah, Musule home soon a lubrigo. Oh, Hoina Muhamuto, no? Again, get by Garífuna. Most of the whole city weather, most wasn't really home.
Right. Neither go high, one to talk to give guard and care. Ladies and gentlemen, George is saying that we have to talk. It's the only language, that's his first language from Sangalaya, Honduras. And we have to speak our language to our children. You know, he emphasizes on that, and it's the same thing that Aurelio, you look already a woman with child of mine. You, about like every rate, nobody, right? So, and the year, don't worry, they be home. The year, don't worry, they be home soon. They know we are about this. Garífuna, luti wayan, luti da wanasi, luti da wayan, and child of mine.
In irony, the little tile Binilu Mutua Sunti Gabaful Tau Wayin Legeti Le Terenchati Wayin Home Fumi Aguarigati and ye may have a Wuribu Indura Numa Meha either Gohamana, that we Sugar Haugen of Alma. Wani meba wuribu segun na samina wani luma meha hama meha salu luha muga buga mayanu hamani wani gu wareru hafedu beye benege wuribu tugi awahati ya gweto ayahe mahati tu ayano hano wareru le receipt aho matatira ugweto wa fedi rube fedi wa mariam so lenara iduhe la gastu la boyano hani hon wasani daso magume se hon munadagi aniha gube la chile dan lu taruf na hon Garífuna tida tuba friendly so wabarogo inari
And you know, we got our next guest coming up shortly too at 7:15. So she's here already. Says you could come on the studio anytime. It's like that. Yes, all right. So let's go move on. Let's be moving on. Binara Chalamar. So wayano hawago te aremo ti. Okay. No, Chalamar.
Well, you know, Lamu Abakate, for a couple of times, I heard my cousin Jason Guerrero. He's been crying out to our musicians. He talk about copyrights. He talk about health benefits and all that stuff. You have to pay into these things, and I believe that like everything else, is going to deaf ears. I'm my best Gutian artista, Togri Kato To, Tidani Samina, Guara Titala Militaratan. But I believe that that is the right thing for not just musicians, everybody. If you can afford some kind of health insurance or paying to social security somehow or another. Hence the reason why it is very important that if you know going to job, make one and then pay into it, because you might need it later on.
Yeah.
It is very important, because the sad thing when you hear a musician get sick, or he die, or she die, or got sick, or whatever. They got to way there will now reader. Ariha di hello, we there go near. Now a sad thing. We need to step up. We need to step up a little bit, just a little bit. Ladiga, madar the taruga nikau. So my brother, we have to advocate things like that, which we usually do on DYFA.
Yes.
And this go right across the board. Mama Hamuga gain home Dangriga na or Belice na. I believe later go Wadimalu Nigara wa Numa Indura no, but that's to I hear what to go to Kato Tony about the war the one go look where be now. Wareda ha to Babri Kato Tibenato.
Yeah.
Maurice.
Yes, Chalamar. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been seeing these things over and over and over again. Our artists, they're Hawaii do Bogoti, what sing song, Mabate, what you got them? Most of Hawaii do Luba, they'll be down there. When you can't help yourself, you have to start to save artists, because it's not every time, Mama Suwada, he should be agree saying so more. It's not every time that people will have the money to give you when they beg for $1. We want to use the artist as an example of current day, where we have to go and beg. We said, you know, it's not a good feeling. So, what the artists need to do, the artists need to go to Social Security. And next week, we'll have someone from Social Security that will help you fill out the form. A lot of the form is done online. You pay like $5 a week, single fiado a week. You pay into this so that when you get old, yeah, vida sem sulir lidage, you know, lidage, oficina, lidage bank. You gotta take it out. Because now, we don't want nobody feel sorry for you. No, we love our artists. He said to you, I remember to your home. And the other thing is, people, when they are charging $10, $20 to get inside the club. Fire hami. Dele hakubro hane, disi fiado, way fiado, lohidi, agama, aremo tida muna, tida club. Fire hami. Rather than make it humut, aremo. If they charge $10, $20, no matter how much they charge to go in, to make you go and support the artist because the artist will need that same money there to make you pay into social security. So, I don't think I will stay long on this topic tonight. The message has been sent. Charlie Mara said it, we're saying it again. Please, artists, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Not every time people will have time for you. Right? We have time, but not everybody will have time. So we could avoid all this. We could prevent all of this right now, today. Tomorrow morning, you could do it online. You could pay online as well. You get warm and and you can't help yourself. I don't know what that feeling is. Most of the heat or home will wake up. You know, Jeremy got me with
Yeah. We do have most like English. My English is not perfect, but I know that you don't understand me.
Yes.
It's very interesting, this issue, because, you know, we have the same problem in Honduras with the Garífuna artists.
Oh, okay.
Nobody talk about this on the radios in Honduras about the Garífuna artists, musicians and artists. And I think that we have to take care of our artists because we are important in the society.
But before you go further, this is a Garífuna radio station. And we talk about anything. You're free to talk about anything on this radio station. One to say hey go loro dikatamu. Right? So we're glad that you're from Honduras, you're a brother, that you could speak for them over here as well. Because they're listening, they're watching us. That this is a Garífuna radio station. Oh, me, lot of people. Right now, you're live and you're on the radio station, so you're free to say what you want to say on this radio station. Nobody will come here, right? So I'm glad. Go ahead, Shirley.
Uwata idiheri.
Yeah.
Ayano bakele obe babusher.
Seremi.
Aha. Buset na gelun wagambu bela bomala ni dadiga. Disete nagambu ni biage.
Okay. Make it go once and we need a prosperity in the Garífuna communities. And we need a growth. We want to grow up. The Garífuna musician artists, Songorogi, not just musician, Songorago. He said, no, okay? Casey Garífuna. Sungurgi Mosu answer. Most of them go out. Safety one answer. Mama to be babu iti one answer. Most one answer no ba but most one answer no ba Sunday. Most one answer no ba media with that. Okay? We have to make consciousness about all of these things. This is the mission to all of the artists in the Garífuna communities in Central America, in the US. Ligena halwaya, most worry the wongwa, most worry the hahong, most worry the hahong hongotuhim. Okay? So, Seremi, Ali Budimelati, Musu Dale Leon halwaya.
Dalmar.
Binar. Legetile, ani aba kate gewa wabu. Gaino. Here guti here go to sunkato won. Kafuna wag. When nichigati aba habaru. Agi hamuga sanu. Who was the leader aba? Garífuna do. Only leader aba herego. Hey, gayu. Mama gasto heabi dan Belice. Mama gasto holding in Dura. I mean, Wadiman. Nayane home Ibiri Honduran. Aba Harengo, well, you know what? Wadiga Aba concert. Aba Meto Waredo ni Sumsen Sule Tida Budisi or home insurance. Seguro Yansa. Tobame Army, Lloyd. Ladagar go Lloyd Ligi. Form a group, an organization, or even put something in the bank, or they can even do it this way. All right. Gayu way, what you have a concert Hong Suha Dangriga Lidaga group. Abala didn't know a concert again. Libiama, okay, what did I for this next group? How Hebrew? Warbela lower the Gusunkati. Get what Garatita, what didn't know to a Wongwa? Garat, what didn't know? Katie Garino obey. Mise habu obey. Wada ya mise habu tiemo, mise boge home. Gasuta sans rubi kato britora. La diga mama Garífuna do wole. Boge lube wither of one la diga mise watu lubo. Au rengo manutor.
Ay, itale wadu ni ya DYFA. Ay, hagamos le mamutelo hagamos beya. Hagamos beya.
Katie mise wa wabai, abate mise da wongo. Sane uni hon kala mise wa habai gaino. La diga buga wa gitu wa gergi. La diga wa mise hon. Mahu chubo tura wa wago. La diga gasto wonde rogu wama go ke garino go lugwa bela wa maseru lida la gubri obole. Gasto wa diga.
Gasto wa diga. Bina chama.
Oembu sereme ni abuna mule lu bachile yaho wamo. Oembu sereme la diga kebu wa beremuni sumu wagia lida aba wagia meme. Oembu sereme biru bela sali rusunkati buna mule rogo.
Sereme habiti. Tuguna buga. In the month of October, I went to Africa, to Guinea Equatorial. I was selected for organization to go to represent the Garífuna culture, and the Garífuna music, and the Garífuna artists. And it was a great experience to be in Africa. Maybe a lot of people don't know me, but you know, this is my work, you know, because I want to grow up, you know, my career, I want to grow up my career too. So, and not just me, and the other Garífuna musicians, but we need to, you know, to study, you know, how to involve a lot of things, like education is very important nowadays in this part. It is not just to play an instrument, you know. It is just to grab a microphone and sing. You know, we need to learn to speak about the problems that we have fighting nowadays in our Garífuna society, you know, Garífuna community, in Honduras, in Belice, in everywhere. So we need resources, you know. We need to travel. If we can travel, we have to get a solution. We need we need to make good music, because we want, like I said before, we want prosperity. Prosperity that we need in our communities. We need prosperity, you know, and we need to work hard.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, Gervin, and you're absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have no time for foolishness. We don't have no time for negativity. We have been oppressed. We have no time for that. We also we gotta stop fighting amongst each other for nothing because we're not going anywhere. It's time for this artist to to take it to another level, to a higher level, for prosperity, like what Jordan is saying. So we have our own unique music. It's different than anywhere else in the world. People want to see it, but we gotta find ways in order for us to promote this music. And that's why here at DYFA Garífuna radio station, we only play Garífuna music. We don't play reggae music, we don't play hip hop music, we don't play no other music. Because we have our own music. So 24/7 you will hear Garífuna music right here from 91.7 FM, DYFA Garífuna radio station, the beautiful culture capital. Now, Joe, I don't want to cut you off, but we have another guest in studios here. Coming up is 9:20 right now. We're a little bit late with that one, but we want to close out this segment, Chalamar. Let's give us something there, Jerdin. Let the people hear your music again.
Right now, I'm working on my first album. My first album is called Mosuwa Giribudu.
Steep now, hard one too.
Yeah,
Mosuwa Giribudu.
It's very interesting. My music is different. It's Garífuna, but it's more like interesting. It's more deeply. It's Garífuna roots.
Right.
It's Garífuna. Talk about the problems that we have in our communities. A lot of things that we are fighting nowadays, like our lands in Honduras. We have a big problem in Honduras, but that's that I invite artists, Garífuna artists, to talk about all of these things, So Naram Haba.
Whoa!
Why? Why?
Bye.
You have Jen on the Jen on the Shakai. I can't want the Jen.
Yeah. Oh, you send me home.
Yeah.
And I ain't need to go. I ain't need to go to what I gonna home. Wow.
Send me.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Ladies and gentlemen, so happening in about a minute and a half. We come back here live or direct on 91.7 with our guest, another artist for tonight. All right. So stand by for 1 minute, for 2 minutes, and then come on in. We will have our guest standing here for you. All right. Man, that one. Whoa, beat your one.
Sanyanaro, di kapo ni Ventura niya. Sanyanaro, may kaya asasulan. Sanyanaro, di kapo ni Ventura niya. Sanyanaro, di kapo ni Ventura niya. Sanyanaro, may kaya asasulan. Sanyanaro, di kapo ni Ventura niya.
Yeah, we're back. We're back live, Chalmar. It's our second segment of the show tonight. And we had a beautiful first segment there with Jerdin Lucas all the way from Honduras. And, well,
Yes.
it's a distance, it's a far place. Is this Sangalaya?
Yeah.
Sangalaya, Honduras. And Honduras have a lot of Garífuna villages, a lot of Garífuna towns. And that's where we came from, right? After St. Vincent, that's where we landed, Rotan, and then we went to the mainland of Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and then we spread all over the world to the United States, and now in every corner of the world we have Garífuna people. All right, so Garífuna people, we are unique, and that's why we feature ourselves every single day to motivate our people to ensure that the culture remains active and pure. Right, so thanks for Jordan Lucas. Man, that was a wonderful. And he sang 2 songs there, beautiful voice right off the bat. But we had, but Charlie Mar, we had the equipment, we had the speakers in already. We had just plug in just now.
That plug in.
Plug in. Yes. No stranger to the DYFA studio. Here we have the mental health advocates. And we got this is the 4th annual symposium that's going to be held. This is a mental health symposium, Charlie Mar. It's going to be held at Ignacio Cachol Library, Tuesday, December 16th, from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we don't want no one to miss us, so we're going to register early. The number to call is 609-0020-609. And we're going to put it on the live. It's on the poster already. So we want to hear from Ms. Agatha, and we have Mr. Castillo. We ain't going to no deeper discussion, no deeper informality like that. These people are our people, and we love these people, and we are one, and they're coming to help us, and we have to listen, because things that we don't know, they might have the answers to work together as a people. Garífuna people. Ms. Agatha?
Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Maurice, for having us on tonight. As he has already shared with you, we are mental health advocates, Dangriga. We are a group, an organization that come together. We have individuals who are professional therapists, clinical psychologists, licensed clinical social workers, teachers, just individuals who are desiring to bring awareness to mental health and wellness in our Dangriga communities. So we are having, as Mr. DYFA said, our 4th annual symposium, which will be focused on our young people this year. We really think that they are encountering and experiencing many different challenges, and they don't really know how to communicate or how to articulate how they are feeling. So we want to give them some tools that they'll be able to use in order to help with their mental and emotional well-being. And that word mental, when people say that word or hear that word, they immediately think that a person has to be quote unquote crazy. We don't use that word. We all have situations that we go through, challenges that we experience in our lives, and we just need support. We just need help. And that is who we are. Mental health advocates. Dangriga is here to support and help our community.
Yes, thank you very much for that. And let people for information, so people could know what this symposium is all about and the type of services that can be rendered. Dr. Kasbai.
Hey, nice seeing you again, Maurice.
Yes, nice seeing you. Tell us about your involvement in this symposium.
Okay, so I'm involved by just being involved, right? As a male mental health advocate and a licensed counselor in the state of Florida, I believe that.
Wait, 1 second. The radar just went out, see? Just 1 second. Well, the radar went out, ladies and gentlemen, so we can hear it on the live, everything is perfect on the live, but you know, when this red light come out, we have to reboot the radio. I haven't rebooted the radio in a month.
That's mental health right there.
Is that true, Charlie? Is that mental health?
Resilience, right? Resilience is a part of mental health. And as you know, resilience is a part of being Garífuna.
Right?
There you go.
That is in our DNA.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Speaker. Okay, we're back.
All right. Technology, right? It's a beast.
We're back, Charlie, just like that. Just like that.
Wabarogo.
Yeah, I mean, we overload the system sometimes and then these things happen, but yeah, like what you were saying that with this mental health, your involvement in it is very, I think it's very critical because we don't have a lot of mental health doctors in this country.
And especially from a male's perspective, right? So that's why I'm glad that mental health advocates Dangriga included me in their
Ferdu Hamanasa. Ida, maybe you need to give a little volume because I could barely hear the doctor there.
All right. Go closer to the mic.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now, Chalmar? Yeah, test.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
No, very low one. Very low. Very low, Ida.
Very low?
Yeah.
Oh no.
How about now?
Musu Gwaru, Agambarina.
I'll speak a little bit louder. Maybe that'll help.
Because the mic is wheel. The mic is wheel. I think that your ears, Chalmar.
No, Mama, yeah. Harumat na narigeru.
I heard that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'd like to be, like, from a male's perspective, to be able to share some of the things that we go through, right? And as you know, males are taught, hey, men don't cry, and you're weak if you share your feelings. But the longer you keep those feelings in, the worse it gets for you. And I want our males, and everybody, but specifically our males, to understand that sharing your feelings is okay. And you need to, because if you don't, your feelings will come out one way or the other, either on your terms or on the terms of emotion when it gets to a high level.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's especially prevalent in our African American Caribbean culture, Garífuna culture. It is very prevalent that men are taught not to express their feelings, but they do express their feelings. It just comes out more like anger, frustration, and then that's where we start to see some of the other behaviors that can lead to some very dire circumstances if we don't deal with the emotions that we are actually feeling.
Yeah, well, it's has to do with, I don't think, Charlie, it has to do like with the culture too, not sure. The way we were brought up, the way how people think when we react, when we respond to, something that is emotional. We hold back. We don't want nobody to see we cry, but we do cry because we cry. We cry behind the wall. I don't cry. I know Charlie Mara always be crying.
But Maurice, you bring up a good point, and you mentioned two words, and this is why going to the symposium is very important. You mentioned the word react and respond, and they are two separate entities, but people use them as both the same, where the reaction and emotion tend to have an immediate gratification, but a negative effect, whereas response have a long-term success rate, but you don't get that instant gratification. I give an example, and we'll talk about anger. Like anger, you react, right? You yell, you curse, you punch the wall or whatever. Now you break your hand, you have to go to the doctor. Now it's going to cost you money, right? Whereas if you respond, you walk away, you go for a walk. Like again, if we want to talk about culture, we have the best culture. We're part of the best culture ever, right? So instead of again, you still need to release it, right? So don't keep it in. But guess what we have? We have drums. Go play the drums. Go beat the drums, and you're getting these emotions out still without doing damage to yourself or to others. And then but there have to be a support system and an educational system that teaches you the difference. Get it? So I like that you was able to say those two words, because people do that all the time.
Chalamar.
In irony. Well, do nab. Buiti ayawani. Crying is a good thing. Jesus wept. Dale, one of the most important thing I'm getting out of this is communication, especially Munadaji. Abu dus mahon bisanigo. aba bayano ha home guarati mafeidu gubadi na mayudo gubadi tida hasamina la diga dale yenta kato tida habagari hagibu dubalu hayano ha home agabri. That is very important. So the later you rigwa do or you rigwa do a time, that's when we go to the professionals. I say and I love that. Like the only professionals I used to have are my granny, my grandpa, and my parents and the belt.
And the belt too? The belt was a professional belt?
Yeah, but then
Well,
The problem. The belt
Busha
thing?
Hawaga Yanu have a habation.
Yeah. Well,
they have
And some of these things, I believe it or not, because it happened. It happens in the schools back in the days.
yeah, everything
What we know of abuse today was translated as discipline, and then these children, some of these children, they live with anger. Now we have a problem. So again, Doc and my beloved sister there, ceremony ho are bledo, wabela wa fancy hanubri katoto. Oebu Shermi, I thank you guys for being here with us tonight.
Okay, what do you want? Thanks to Charlie, I know with this symposium, back to the symposium, what do we want to, what are some of the things that we're going to be, going to be covering during this symposium? Because the fourth annual, we wanted people to come on, it's just a symposium, but what do we expect to hear, what do we expect to see at this year's symposium? And then we'll talk about it, trying to focus more on the young people.
Exactly. So, so the symposium will consist of Dr. Paulette Flores. She is a licensed clinical psychologist, and she will be talking to them about how to manage their stress, how to deal with the different maybe challenges they might be experiencing. And sometimes it's at home. Sometimes there's a lack of communication, and many times the issue that children or young people face, it happens within the home, the context of the home. So we want to give them some ways in which they have to live in the home, because where else are they going to go? And so we want to give them some tools that they can use while they are at school, while they're in their homes, in the community. So we're going to have workshops. We're going to have 3 different workshops, 4, but the last one is not going to actually be a workshop. So we're creating a vibe, is what the theme is: creating a vibe, lighting the path, and making space for our Dangriga youth through music. So we're going to have someone come and talk to them about how they can use music to help to calm them, help them to cope with whatever they're experiencing or however they're feeling. We're going to have a journaling or creative expression workshop where they're going to learn how to write your feelings down. A lot of times we can't speak our feelings, but when we write it down, it gets it out of our minds, out of our brain, and now you can kind of focus a little bit better. And then we're also going to have art. So it's going to be 3 different workshops. Then we're going to end, and I want to give a shout out to Habaya Uruwani Cultural Dance Group. They're going to lead us in some of the dances, and we're just going to end it by just dancing freely and just shaking a leg, as they say, just to release any stress, or just really to just come together and enjoy our time together and relax a little bit. So these are going to be the workshops that we're going to have, and these are designed to help our young people to know that there are ways, there are outlets that they can utilize that is healthy, that is not harmful to them, because there are unhealthy coping skills that people utilize that is not beneficial to your mental health and well-being. As a matter of fact, it kind of makes it worse. So these are some things that they're already doing, they're already familiar with, but how can I use it to become emotionally and mentally well and stable?
Wow. It's fully loaded.
I think
It's
so.
going to be fully loaded. And all of these things, all of these feelings, all of these, reactions are to what I've noticed has been neglected in our community. We don't take mental health seriously. We don't even give attention to mental health until it happens to us.
Or somebody that we love.
Or somebody that we love. I guess that has to be more, pushed that it is an illness and people need to understand or try to understand and try to be sensitive, try to really find out what's going on instead of just making situations worse by casting, people casting doubts and people just being mean and being ashamed and these different feelings. So I think it will be something productive and our young people need to come out there. Like I said, I will ask my school be out, so I will trick me for God people go. That's how I will.
It's gonna be fun.
I will trick them. We can't have to trick them for about the time. Now we can't tell them about when I'm mental health thing. No, I will find something to tell them. When will they be snacks there?
Yes, of course.
Oh, no, I can tell them.
Of course. We can't do
And there'll be
anything without
gifts,
our
there'll
snacks.
be giveaways, there'll be different things to show that, because sometimes we have to incentivize ourselves and others, right? So these are just things that, again, we do, but sometimes we're not aware that we do it. So I promote resilience and hope. And so sometimes people need to just remember that they're already resilient. And again, not to bash anybody's culture or whatever, but our Garífuna culture is in us. And for us to be here today is due to their resilience. And they pass that down to us. So we got to remind them, we got to remind our kids that it's okay to be okay.
With that said, I want to have one final word from the show has come to an end. I mean, we're having a good time, and I'm thinking it might be boring, but honestly, but
Wow,
when you explain,
Mr. Maurice, really?
no, because I still getting used to this stigma, so I have to learn and appreciate it so I can be able to explain it and then bring more people in, because I'm a football coach and I have a lot of children. I have to be able to try to find words and find ways and bring them in so they could understand and to change their mentality. So that, Ms. Anata, your final word and then we'll close it off with Charles Mark. I can't close no show. He always has to be the one to close the show.
He's the closer.
He's the closer.
So again, thank you so much, Mr. Maurice, for allowing us to utilize your platform. You have your finger on the pulse of this community, so we are so grateful for this opportunity. And I just want to say my final words is that we have to learn to normalize the conversation around mental health and wellness. It has to become a normal part of our lives, not something that we bury and hide under the rug that helps no one. So thank you again for having us, and we look forward to all of our young people and adults come out as well. Parents, mentors, teachers, just anyone that has any kind of contact with young people, come out and get some information on how you can be a support to our young people. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Mr. Charlie Moore.
Thank you.
Who are the Megan?
Okay.
So you mentioned sports, right? And sports is another tool that you're a part of to help our young youth, okay? And so when you explain to them, look, if you do not practice, when you go out in the game, you may not be as successful as you want to be. So if you do not protect your mental health, if you do not build your mental wellness, it's the same thing. So we just giving you the opportunity, we're giving the youths and the adults and the parents the opportunity to learn some of these tools, because they're basic tools, and some of them you're doing each and every day. But sometimes you need to be reminded and have fun while you're reminded. I mean, look at the dance. There's going to be a dance element to it, right? We tapping into our own creativity, and that's the beauty of what it is that we're going to be sharing on the 16th.
Shalimar.
The beer word.
I know you're soaking it up.
It's so dark.
Yes.
And my beloved sister, it's so funny. Today, I was at a meeting. I'm pretty sure maybe both of you have heard of REMAR, this program that help people who are suffering from drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental issues.
No, actually, no, I haven't heard of that group, sir.
Remar is in the Mapana Kaya somewhere there. I think so. I heard about that.
So what they do is get people off the street, take them to a farm, and host them, because that's one of the major problems we have in our country. We don't know where to house these people that are out there mentally ill. So with what you're doing, what you guys are doing is to assist and help our people from reaching that stage, because it don't necessarily have to mean that because of drugs or alcohol. It could be because of the being dysfunctional,
Yes.
family dysfunctional. But if we learn to reach out to each other, starting now, then we don't have to worry about sending them to a mental institution or a farm and things like that. So my people, sometimes we don't learn everything home. And hence the reason why we have professionals like these two people we have on DYFA tonight. Then people gonna educate themselves for help we. Or embrace it. Take advantage of it. Magorba hama dele meshigu hauta hafalu makeyao.
Right.
And Maurice. Yeah.
So I want to say thank you, Doc. Thank you, my beloved sister. Memegi mabule de hama. Bungi ufrumia tida sunkato. Bungi ufrumia lulige bala adunderawa. It all starts at home again. Parents, pray for no picnic, because you don't know where they do and who they do it with once they go through the door. And when they come home, about here, they talk to be joining how maybe Agumla had them or Hiduro or Kalapna Dago. About afraid of how Nuabelage Hayanu ha home. Nadila ain't Lumuti gets something about Futida Luguardia. That we must communicate. But I'm your going to the communication hamu grigi. Kida ama mehada bapata rohono badigro gunwa suka logotype. So my people, I want you to take heed and listen to these two professionals that God has blessed us with. Don't wait until your child is off the rockers and then we have to find him somewhere on the streets sleeping and they call them homeless. I know why they call none of we people there homeless at Dangriga or anywhere in the country of Belize. They only forget to go home because their mind not correct. So thanks again for listening tonight, and let's embrace these two people. And on the God at this thing I make on the land. Nowhere to know like me when I done with this show. I don't forget where on, but I just say why they say so that it could have a better lifestyle and we can DYFA. So I would say good night to everybody. Bungi wama suwanda. Aba Iseni.
Aba Iseni. Shalimar, Mr. Gata, Dr. Cass, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
all this encouragement and all giving the information for the people to know. Yes, we do have people that cares for us that will be there, that will share this information on the 16th at 8:30 to 12. No. We'll have lunch there. We'll probably have some food. We'll have. Ayo, ayo.
Hello.
Don't put us on the spot like that, Mr. Maurice.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna run out because I think I didn't know how long we're gonna be, but I have an 8 o'clock that I have to do. Mr. Maurice, thank you. Huh?
Just by this side. By this side.
We're live, right? You're live.